Hey there, everyone. JP Letnick. Thanks for stopping by. Tonight I have with me heavy hitter Travis King. How's it going, Travis?
Pretty good, JP. What's going on?
Lots. Keeping busy. As you can see, I'm in a different area of my home office because I'm recording another webinar rich full of value content on my main computer across the room. And you just got back from the gym?
Yeah, man. I had a nice leg day set up. It was good. It was really good. I barely walked to the car.
Okay, nice. So how long have you been working out?
Oh, poof. I can't remember. Probably since like high school, but like 10th grade. So maybe like what's that, like 7, 8 years now. Wow.
7, 8 years now. Okay, awesome. And is it basically almost every day kind of a thing?
Yeah, it's an everyday. Once you get in a routine, it kind of the same thing with business. Once you get in that routine and that mindset, just doing it day after day after day, it starts to pick up. And if you go a day without it, something feels wrong.
Right. Now, what possessed you to start doing that? What was your reason?
Uh, Most likely it was sports, to be honest, because with sports, I mean, practice and throughout practicing, if you didn't go to the gym, you couldn't excel. If you didn't excel, you didn't do good. And if you didn't do good, I wasn't happy. So I had to stay happy. I had to keep excelling, and to excel, I had to go to the weight room. And then after school was done, I mean, it was just something I loved to do. My friends always called me a gym rat. Everybody that knows me knows I'm a fitness guy. If they need help with working out or meal plans or nutrition, I'm just that guy.
Nice. And so you're doing it because you had a dream to do professional sports?
Not necessarily pro sports. I kind of had my limit when I was in college at Moravian, and I mean basically it just I wanted to just be a college athlete, be the normal person who could go to school, you know what I mean, have time with my friends, also do my sports, but not have it take over my life.
Right.
And looking back, it was a good decision because I had a good life in like I want to say life and athletic balance to where I wasn't tied down by just school or tied down by athletics. If I didn't have sports, and we all know this, if you have too much time on your hands, you tend not to get a lot of things done. If you have a little less time on your hands and it's more well managed, you tend to get more things done.
Right. Nice. So right now you are kind of starting to spend more time in the business arena. What possessed you to come over to here?
Uh, Basically, I kind of saw myself as well, like a little background. I mean, I graduated from Moravian College back in May, business management major, marketing minor. So it's kind of like the typical college degree: get out, go get a good job, maybe making 40, 50 grand a year. It was like ideal. That's what I was supposed to do. And I saw that, and I was like, okay, well, it looks nice. I had a good job. Not gonna say the name of the company, but it was a little startup company in Philadelphia, and it it hit me that it was hard for me to kind of my mindset. It literally is it's weird, and I think you can kind of agree with me when I say this. It's a little bit. I almost feel like I'm almost unemployable. If
Right.
that makes sense.
That totally
I
makes sense. I'm in the same boat.
Exactly. So I feel like I'm unemployable, and I discovered that maybe 2 or 3 jobs after college, and now that I saw the potential with the online market, and I realized that in my generation things change fast, and what I learned in college has nothing to do with marketing today. Nothing.
Yep.
The only thing that is completely relevant are the 4 P's: product, price, placement, promotions. That's the only thing that still matters. And those are the only 4 things I remember, which isn't sad to say, but it's like the things I learned don't matter anymore. So now I kind of got intrigued by online marketing and the potential that it has because I see it. I see it with my own eyes. I've seen it. I saw a friend who posted a video on YouTube that had like no views, and within a month's time got 10,000 views for posting it in the right manner. And I saw that and I said, wow, like that's powerful. So I said, hey, I was like, he can do it. He's just a normal kid just like me, so I can do it too.
Absolutely. Awesome. And so, what is your dream right now What's your goal?
Ooh, my goal, my main goal, it's pretty basic. It's to help inspire other people, kind of through my message and through my words and through my work, to just to do better. You know what I mean? It's I don't have this like a lot of people talk about like dreams and goals of, oh, I want to be a millionaire and I want to do this, I want to do that. Like that all that stuff's great. Like money will come. That's not my main goal. It's the fact of helping people. I want to help people through. I want to be able to use what I know online to help people in whatever field it may be. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're not an online marketer. That's great. Maybe I can help them with whatever real estate business they have. Or maybe they're a person that needs help in learning how to blog. Maybe it's just a normal college kid that doesn't know how to blog and doesn't have the resources to do it. And he can go on my blog and say, hey, like he's just like me. This is how he started. Or you know what I mean? Just something that people can relate to. Or just someone who needs to get inspired every day. Like I have friends that come to me all the time asking me, what did you do to get so like inspirational and motivational? I was like, I don't know. I watched YouTube videos and read books. Like it, it wasn't some like magical thing. Like I got magic dust sprinkled over me and said, "Oh, Travis, be motivational." Like it wasn't that. It was just like I saw that I had the potential to do something great and help a lot of people, and I said, "Hey, the online market is the best place for me to go to it."
Awesome. And now with the motivational stuff, you said you did listen to videos and audios and read some books. Did you do that on a inconsistent basis, or did you do it small times regularly?
Probably small times regularly because I noticed for me personally when I try to do certain things, like if I try to like read a book, I can pick up this book right now, and shout out to Gary Vee for this amazing book. I can pick up this book right now and say, I want to read this book, but I could try to cram, read the whole book, but I'm not going to remember any of it. But what I like to do personally is maybe set aside 10 or 15 pages a day to where I can actually read, understand what's going on, and then be able to apply it and maybe talk about it a little bit. Because going back to school, you had well, how many semesters were in, or how many weeks were in a semester? Like what, 14 weeks or something like that?
I don't remember. It's been a
So,
while.
something around there. But basically, they don't give you the final on the third week of class. They don't give you the final on the sixth week. They don't give you the final on the seventh week. They give you the final on the 14th week of class. Why? Because they give you a syllabus, right? And then that syllabus is the same thing I look at a book. I look at a book, the end of a book, like a syllabus. You know what I mean? I look at each page like the different topics on the syllabus. So when I read each page, I can kind of say, okay, now I understand this. Now I can move on. And I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to, because if you don't know where you're going and you don't have little baby steps to get there, good luck.
Nice. So you have a goal to help other people become more inspired and become better individuals, and you take time to regularly and consistently work on yourself so that on small amounts you're able to actually process the information in order to help other people. Now, when most people look at someone who goes to the gym, as you said, they call you gym rat and things like that. And typically, there's the stereotype of individuals that go to the gym and that are like built have large egos. Now, how did you? Because we're going to work on the stereotype. How did you overcome the ego and become to the point where you're wanting to help others become better?
Good, very good question. To be honest, I was the type of person, I'm not even gonna lie, when I was I want to say a junior, I had a different type of like mindset, because I kind of saw, I was like, okay, like I'm in shape, like I have this, I have this like talent, like I'm cool, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm that guy,
Yep.
and then I realized it was like people like that guy, but more people can like the guy that likes to help people. And I was like, the more people that you can help, and the more people that you can help change, better off you'll be. Like you don't get any, I don't get any type of feeling anymore for when I have an ego, or for when I'm that stuck up arrogant person. I mean, I can't do it. So I saw that kind of letting down my ego and kind of being kind of selfless, and just realizing that, okay, well, if I can help this person do this, I don't care what, if as long as it doesn't hurt me and it helps them, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? As long as they need advice, like a perfect example actually. I had a friend, not going to say names again, reach out to me yesterday on Facebook and said, "Hey, Trav, can you shoot me a text?" I was like, "Cool, whatever. What's going on? How are you doing?" She was like, "Hey, I'm a little embarrassed, but I didn't want to talk to anybody about the gym I go to." I was like, "Why not?" She was like, "Well, because like I've been going for a little bit and it just hasn't been working for me. I don't know. Like you were the only person that I felt comfortable enough to reach out to." And I was just like, "Geez, like
Hmm.
I felt, you know what I mean?" I was like, it's good and bad at the same time. It was good and bad in the sense that like I wish more people could be more comfortable with themselves to reach out to other people and didn't feel like embarrassed. You know what I mean? But for me, it felt good because I knew that she trusted me, that she knew I worked out and I didn't have a big ego. I'm like, huh, you don't know how to work out, like you're not losing weight. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? So it just felt good to kind of have to know that other people know that I don't have a big ego, and they know that they can come to me when they do need help with something, and I'm not going to ask anything of them for it.
Right. Nice, nice. Um, okay, cool. So you're finding that because you've been able to remove the ego, and that people see that you have a willingness to help others, that you're starting to attract people to you, right?
LOA.
Okay. So now, in terms of business, because a lot of the people that are on this call right now, basically a lot of them are working a business at home, which is safe to assume because they're on here as a development. Um, would it be safe to say that you would recommend people to start planning for longer term process towards attaining goals, and that way they are able to remove the need of making money right now and thinking about just themselves? Would you think that'd be a good thing for the business?
Definitely. I think that would be an amazing thing for a business because if you're a business without a vision or like a 5-year plan, you're not a business. You're just a thought. You're an idea. So it's the same thing with working out. And I like to apply this to anything because working out and business, they go hand in hand. If you go to the gym twice a week, you're not going to really see results. If you only work in your business twice a week, you're not going to see results. But if you go to the gym maybe 5 days a week and for an hour, or if you work in your business 5 days a week for 5 hours, you're going to see results over time, which will kind of put itself into that long term plan that you have. So it's kind of knowing where you want to go. And I like this because I work backwards when I work out. It's like I'll know what I want to be, and then say, okay, if I'm going to have my legs like a certain way, I'm going to have to do this many reps this week, this many reps that week, this many reps that week, this much weight, and so on. It's the same thing in business. If you know you want to make $100,000 in revenue, you can be like, okay, well, what business do I have? Uh, what's my product? How many of these are going to have to sell? And how am I going to get there? But then you go back, okay, $100,000 is the main goal. Now let's work backwards. How do I get my first 50,000? How do I get my first 10,000? How do I get my first 1,000? How do I get my first 500? And if people can work backwards with their goals in terms of business, they'll find it a lot easier. And I think they shouldn't set out to achieve like the $100,000 goal. Like that's a great goal, but I think you should kind of put it under. I want to say it on a different level. So remember, have you ever seen the movie Inception?
Yes.
So all right, so you remember how the first level was kind of he was on the beach with his family and things like that. I don't remember exactly. In the second level, third level, I think it was like 3 or 4 different levels.
Yep.
And on the deepest, darkest level, it was where he didn't want to go. You know what I mean? So like people need to kind of plan out business in these different levels. So it's like imagine that deepest dark at that fourth level of that place you don't want to be. You're in debt. You're $100,000 in the hole, and your business is sinking. That third level is like okay, maybe now you're making like $20,000 a year. You're not. It's not where you want to be. That second level is like okay, you're at that $50,000 a year, and then at that first level, it's like all right, well you're at your $100,000, and then above everything, you kind of want to have like, okay, well, I know when I go in each level, there's going to be different things I have to pull out, but you can't stay stuck in each. You can't stay stuck in that dimension, otherwise you're not gonna get anywhere.
Right. Awesome. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I really like the fact that you pointed out that you really want to know where you're going. You want to have a plan and then work backwards from it. That's definitely one of the things that a lot of my mentors have said quite clearly. And I like how you put it together with working out at the gym. I obviously I'm not as ripped as you are, but I do go to the gym on a regular basis in order to keep my mind clear for my business. And if I miss it, then yeah, there's definitely an issue with me being able to focus and keep myself organized in business. So for anybody that's on the call, if you're having issues keeping organized, keeping focused, and helping yourself build your business, look at what you're eating, what you're ingesting, how much water you're drinking, how much sleep you're getting, and how many times you actually go and do some exercise during the week. Because if you increase that and you make it so that you're taking care of your body, your business just automatically starts to flourish better because you have more energy and you become more motivated and have the ability to actually build your business. So great points there, Travis. See, you're drinking water, right? And that's like a gallon.
Yeah.
That okay, yeah. So you can see Travis today did leg day, and now he's drinking throughout the day. I'm assuming not all at once. A
Nah.
gallon of water. So is that like
Nope.
your how much you drink a day, or do you
Yeah,
drink more?
about a little bit. I give about a gallon. I don't want to go too overboard.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, water is important, people, when you're working your business.
Exactly.
Always have a water bottle next to your desk. So that's awesome. The next thing that we basically want to talk about right now is um, how important is it? Because we've already talked about helping others and removing the ego. So how important is it to you, do you think, to have something bigger than yourself to work for in order to find success in your business? For example, when we ask people is their why, what's the reason, excuse me, for getting into business, people usually say money, and we usually ask, okay, go deeper than that. What is it that you want to get with your money? That's all nice and dandy, but that's really focusing on you as the individual. Do you personally think that it is better to also focus on helping others, not just your friends and family, but to have a bigger vision to help something globally? Do you think that's important?
100% important because, like I said before, going back to the inception thing and how people's minds think. On this top surface is what they see is the money, and then maybe for someone like me, for instance, like the top surface might be the money. Then the second surface might be helping others. Then the third surface might be getting my parents retired. Then the fourth level might be giving back to my college. And then you know what I mean? There's a meaning behind each layer of what you want the money for. And I think that when people kind of forget why they want the money, that's when their business really it goes downhill. Because I see people every day. I have friends in the industry, and I see them. They just, dude, I just want more money. I just want more money. And I'm like, that's great, but once you get money hungry, sooner or later your business is going to crash, and it's not going to be pretty when it does. So I think that working towards something globally in terms of something that can help change other people's lives, and you can kind of pay it forward with the money that you achieve and kind of put it somewhere else. I think that's what it's really about in terms of business, because I think a lot of business owners, they obviously we need money to survive. That's a no-brainer. It makes sense. But at the same time, there's more than enough money to go around and more than enough people who need money and that you can help from your business. And I think that's something a lot of business owners should remember, because at the end of the day, we're all that each other has in this world. You know what I mean? There's like I can't get a loan, or I can't get any food for my dog. Like it's you know what I mean? It's not going to happen. So you have to remember, like, we're all human and people need our help. So my goal is just to be able to help as many people as possible and change as many lives, even if it is giving up an extra profit here and there.
Awesome. Cool. Now, do you have any visions right now for yourself in the future, where you're heading, what you're going to be focusing on?
I think personally, I've at least recently I've saw that, at least in my life and my businesses, I saw that, like you said, you got to be focused. And I think that I want to start focusing my I guess my time on kind of like two main areas. And I, I think that when I start focusing these things a little bit more, it's just gonna improve the growth rate, because I noticed when I start putting my time, like for example, into like video marketing, I start putting my time and actually doing the research and then actually start implementing these type of things. It works. The same thing with going to the gym. When I go to the gym and I work out, I get bigger. It's the same thing. So I think I'm going to start focusing more on the video marketing side of my business and kind of just focusing on building Travis Inc.
Awesome, the U brand, very good.
Exactly.
And so with your focus, you mentioned for a moment there that you spend time learning and then implementing. And that's really key, and I want to just pick that out because a lot of people, they spend their time learning a lot, but they don't implement, and then they wonder why their business isn't growing. Now, I know personally for me, I spent quite a few years learning a lot about the system, which is why I'm an expert now in many, many different marketing strategies. But the fact that I implement the things right away, it took a lot longer for me to become successful in my business. So I just want to make sure that people understand that what Travis said about learning but then implementing is important, because you can go out and buy a gym membership, but if you don't use it, then you're not going to get any benefit from it. Now, just like your business, if you start up your business and you invest money into it and then you don't show up for work, are you going to go ahead and say, "Oh, that was a scam"? Same thing with the gym. You buy the membership and you don't show up. You're going to say that's a scam. So if you get into any kind of direct selling, network marketing, or even home-based business, it doesn't matter what it is. But if you invest money into it and you don't do any work to implement and take action, you're not going to get any results, and that inevitably is all just comes down on you. Uh, and yeah, so take action on the things that you learn is basically the main point that I want to pull out there. So awesome, Travis.
Exactly.
So do you have any things lastly to say before we close down? We don't want to have this too long.
Exactly. We don't take up too much of my time. Not really. The only thing I could kind of think of is just kind of if something, just a little tip that I found the other day, from Eric Thomas. I think we all probably bless you. Eric Thomas, he was talking about like going all in, and I don't know how many people hear their mentors or hear people in business say about going all in. But remember the Hokey Pokey song? Yeah, the Hokey
Yeah, I
Pokey.
remember that.
He's like, put your right arm in, put your right arm out, put your right arm in, and shake it all about.
Yep.
So you look and the whole thing, and then remember the last part of the song? He's like, you put your whole body in, your whole body out, your whole body in, and shake it all about. So I listened to that and I was just like, okay, well, why is he talking about the hokey pokey? And then you literally look at it like, okay, it's the same party. It's hokey pokey is you and your business. Like you put one finger in. It's like, okay, well, I'm prospecting. Oh, not prospecting anymore. Oh, I'm talking to people. I'm talking on Skype calls and UVUs and home events. Oh, wait, I'm not doing that anymore. And the same thing, you keep putting your body in, keep putting these little parts in, but instead, Eric said, how about you put your whole body in and you have everything that you do? You keep doing the calls, you keep doing the home events, you keep doing the mentoring, you keep doing the coaching, you keep doing the marketing, you keep it consistent with everything. And if you go all in for 21 days, he said, then come back and tell me where you are. Because a lot of people say, yeah, I'm all in, like massive action, yeah, like that's what's going on, like everybody all in or die. And I'm like, it's great to be motivated, but it's one thing to be all in, and it's another thing to actually be all in. So I guess my just tip of advice would just be like, if you go all in, make sure you're actually doing it 100%, and make sure you're holding each other accountable. Whoever's in your business that you work with, hold each other accountable all the time. Because the second someone doesn't hold someone else accountable, I noticed this, especially in the past, that it just starts to kind of lose traction. So like maybe one time you don't hold them accountable. Oh no, that's all right, that's all right. And then it starts happening over and over and over to where your business is at a standstill, and nobody wants that to happen. So like I said, tip, I would definitely take massive action, go all in for at least 21 days in whatever you're doing. If it's fitness, if it's blogging, if it's video marketing, YouTube marketing, Facebook marketing, anything you're doing, go all in for 21 days, and then make a video at the end of those 21 days and see where you came from 21 days previously.
Beautiful. That was awesome. Great tips, Travis. I'm sure a lot of people are going to know about this now. This call is being recorded. We're going to post this up on YouTube, both our YouTubes, so that people can get the information. Is there any place that people can go in order to get a hold of you?
Yeah, if you want to check out my website, you can go to travisinspires.com. You can also find me on Facebook, facebook.com/travisinspires, and I have links to my other social media on there as well.
Okay, awesome. And if anybody wants to get a hold of me, they can stop by jpletnick.com and you'll be able to get contact information off of that website. Or visit Facebook and look up JP Letnick. So awesome, Travis. It's been great having you on here tonight. I'm sure we will have you on plenty of times in the future to share your nuggets. So everybody here on the call, have a great night. This call is a wrap.
Yeah, thanks again, guys.